Alright, welcome back everybody to part 5 of the Dark Souls 3 All Bosses walkthrough. We just beat Crystal Sage, and so now we're going to be heading towards the Cathedral of the Deep. Now this area is required to complete at some point. You don't need to do it right now. You could go to Farron if you wanted to, but you're going to get it to a point at later in the game where an item that is dropped by the boss of this area is required to progress. And this area is at a little bit of a lower level, so I always tend to decide to come here before going to Farron. Alright, so a couple of crystal lizards there to get, and a couple of sawboys plus one of these ladies. We're going to try to sneak up and backstab. That guy over there won't aggro until we get like super close. I don't know what is going on with that hitbox of theirs. It's so weird. Alright, you pick up the Herald armor there. Now we can go over and that guy actually won't aggro at all if we don't even get close to him. So, you know what? We're just gonna let him be. Alright, now we were just at that Crystal Sage bonfire, but there's another one right here around the corner. At this part, there's two different NPCs that will drop some items for us. They can be somewhat of a nuisance, especially this guy. But enough diligence, you should be able to take him out nice and easy. This guy does spread bleed with that dagger of his, so I'll be careful about that. And we got the Paladin's ashes there, some more ashes to give to the Shrine Handmaid. Alright, then before we go up and fight that guy up on the stairs, there's a couple of things we can do up here. So come around to this part, there's a drop down. This allows us to go all the way up. And we got the crest shield here. Also, fun fact, if you don't involve Henri in the Lord of Hollows ending, and you progress the other variation of her questline all the way, this is actually like where her grave is, I'm pretty sure. So if you ever want to come back and complete that and help her in her final fight, and then you wonder what happens to her, you can just come up here and see that for yourself. Alright, so here's the other NPC. He is going to increase his poise here, even though we're still breaking the stance. I don't think that's doing a lot for you, dude. Killing him drops that spider shield that he's got. It's another returning item from Dark Souls 1. I'm pretty sure it gives you poison resist naturally. Oh, maybe. Yes, a high resistance to poison. So if you're worried about poison, that's a good shield that you can go with. Okay, this area up here can be kind of annoying. There's a bunch of dogs and guys with flaming arrows that are shooting towards you too. Oh, teleporting dogs. Love it. Man, I just love that. There's not a lot of things I don't like about Dark Souls 3. I really enjoy this game, but man, the dogs, it's got to be on the list of really annoying things. Ouch, very cool. Ouch. Yeah, really don't like this area. Alright, that clears out everybody there. Up here, we're going to be introduced to a new type of hollow that is literally going to light himself on fire and come try to explode right on top of you. He's got very little health and it's pretty easy to take out. Alright. So it looks like he's not there yet. So Siegward, if you remember the Onion Knight from earlier, at some point he will end up in that bottom of the well without his armor. Which reminds me, we need to go get the tower key from Firelink Shrine and do that part up there. So we'll go do that. Alright, in here is Gale. Gale is an NPC that you're going to, you know, interact with a lot throughout the game. And he is the NPC who helps you enter the first DLC of Dark Souls 3, Ashes of Ariandel. So if you want to, you can actually go to that DLC right now. And we're actually going to do that. We're not going to like actually go through the DLC at all or anything. But every time you come to this bonfire, he's going to go through his dialogue over and over again. And it just kind of gets annoying if you end up having to come to this bonfire multiple times. So we're just going to enter the DLC right now to get rid of him. Alright, a little item here to grab.
How critical is...
And then there's just a bonfire right up here at the very entrance. Okay, now let's see. Am I going to have enough souls to pop to be able to get 20,000? Oof, I don't know. It's kind of rough. We'll see how much this gives us. Alright, well, we're definitely never going to use the Rotted Greatwood boss soul. Actually, the Crystal Sage. We'll use that because we're never going to do magic. So we'll pop this soul. That should give us enough. No, only 3,000? Man. These souls are weak. Okay, we'll pop this one then. Now we're almost there. This should give us enough. Okay, so we're going to go to Firelink Shrine and purchase that tower key. Oops, nope. Perfect. Now, one thing you'll notice about Firelink Shrine is sometimes there will be these fog gates around for whatever reason. The game takes forever to load like the assets outside of here. I don't know why. It's really bizarre to me. But alright, we can check on this giant again. Still no seed. But here is where you can use that key. Come up here. Now you have a couple different options. You can go forward into the top of that tower there, but we're actually going to take a little detour first and drop down here first. Now you can come over here and kick down this ladder. Give you a little shortcut to the rooftop. The reason there is a shortcut is because there is an NPC here, Pickle P, with who you can drop items into this nest and she'll trade you something else for it. If you want a guide of, you know, what things you can get from her, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff out there that you can find. Alright, now we're going to come in here. Some sketchy archways to go over. There is an Estus Shard right here. Pickle P you can also access right there. Alright, then if we keep going this way, this is an illusory wall that we can roll through, which takes us over here. There's a chest, which contains the Silver Serpent Ring. This increases your soul gain from all enemies, so definitely a good thing to have if you don't really, you know, want to use your ring spots for anything else and you just want to get as many souls as possible. Definitely the way to go. Alright. Now we're going to go back up to that tower. couple other things that we can do there. And the fog wall's back. I don't get it, man. I don't know why this happens. But not really anything we can do until it goes away. Okay, if we go up this ladder, and behind that wall over here, there's a crystal lizard we can kill. And for a twinkling titanite. Alright, and then this is just another way you can get over to that part. Now we're going to go back down one more time to the tower. There's a little elevator in here for us. Now, up here at the top is the Firekeeper soul. This, if we give it to the Firekeeper, she has a potential to reverse our hollowing. So naturally, as you die in the game, your hollowing is going to begin to increase. And if you want to be able to get rid of that, that's who you would go to. You need to go to the Firekeeper after giving her the Firekeeper soul. Do be forewarned, if you want to do the Lord of Hollows ending, you cannot reverse your hollowing at any point. That will lock you out of that ending, so just be aware. Oh, it looks like Patches is not quite here yet. So we'll have to come back to the tower a little bit later to get his quest line going. Okay, but yeah, so that's the tower key. And we'll go ahead and head back towards the Cathedral of the Deep. Alright, so if we come back here to the Cleansing Chapel, you'll see that Gale is now gone, now that we've entered the DLC. Again, it saves you from having to listen to his dialogue over and over again, so if you don't want to enter right then, that's totally fine. But that's the only reason we did that. Alright, so both of those doors that you see in there, they're one-sided. We can't open them from in here, so that leaves us only one option, which is coming over this way. Oh, I forgot we had an Estus Shard that we could have turned in. Oh well. Speaking of Estus Shards, there's another one right here. Okay, you can drop down over here if you want to. However, it's pretty much just a dead end at this point, so we're going to ignore that for now and come up here. Alright, in this little cemetery area, there's going to be a bunch of zombies that are going to rise up from the ground, and they're really slow and don't do too much, but they infinitely respawn. So it's not really worth your time to, try to kill them because they're just going to keep coming back. There's a couple of items up here that we can grab. And their burping is just awesome too. Executioner's great sword. Sometimes you will have to kill them just to get them out of your way. But that's pretty much it for this little cemetery area as far as items go. Alright, now this dude, this is one of the enemies I was talking about earlier when we bought the torch that can, put leeches on you. So if you get hit by him, you'll see, a bleed status will just start to continually build up. Just get that torch out, and that's how you solve it. That enemy down there does the same thing. Spreads those leeches to you. So if you get hit by them, just be aware. You want a torch just in case. You see I killed that guy, and boom, he's already respawned. Alright, up here is a Grave Warden. They can be kind of nasty. They have these twin blades that can definitely ruin your day. As long as you keep them close, they're not too bad. Alright, down here is another arrow area, great arrow area, where the giant's going to be shooting down at. So, boom. There's one right there. And then, yeah, just a few items to grab in this part. So, again, make sure you have that young white branch and go talk to the giant to be his friend if you didn't do that from the beginning of the game. And there's an undead bone shard for us to make our Estus flasks even more powerful. Okay, up here, to progress, you'll want to go up those stairs, but you can actually unlock a shortcut over here first. And there's a shield that you can grab here as well. It's just right here. Boom, ladder kick down. So that shortcut that I was talking about earlier with that little drop down just outside of the chapel, that's where this kind of connects to. Alright, so now we're going to go up these stairs. Those doors we can't open from this side. Those are only from the inside of the church itself. Get used to doors that will say this door is not open from this side. A couple of rusted coins over here. And then we're going to head over to the right. Be careful, there's a guy up there with a crossbow and somebody who's throwing undead hunter charms, which if you don't know what those are, they block you from being able to use your Estus. So they're largely like a PvP item for you to use, but there are a few enemies throughout the game that have them that can use them on you. And if you're put in a tight spot and you're not able to heal, man, it can be really bad. Alright, now there's a few thralls over here that are hanging from, the top there. You can see that. Still need to level our dexterity so we can get a bow equipped. But yeah, you just want to keep an eye out for these thralls. Not let them ambush you. It looks like we're one-shotting them when two-handing, so... Okay, as you grab this item, some hollows are going to jump up from the ledges, but we can actually hit at least one of them down. Perfect, okay. That takes care of this little area. Man, that crossbow guy is not, just calm down. I think I saw... Yeah, he doesn't know what he wants to do. Okay. Alright, come down to this area. Few crossbowmen we want to take care of. Oh, what in the... Over here is an item, but again, you can see a thrall right there getting ready to pounce on you. Oh, there's two. And over here is one of those clerics with a couple of hollows chilling around her. That guy's throwing undead hunter charms, so again, be careful, don't get hit by them. Let her do a grab, backstab. Man, that hitbox is so annoying. Like, when she's getting up, for some reason her weapon just has a hitbox. Speaking of those undead hunter charms, we just picked some up. Again, those can be used in PvP to block, any invaders or anything from healing. So they can definitely be a useful item there. But in the main game itself, not really much use. Alright, big old halberd dude here. Ouch. I knew there was a thrall there, but man, I didn't know he was going to attack right away. There's probably two more, yeah, hanging out in here. We go towards this item, they'll drop down. There we go. I guess he doesn't actually come down until you pick up the item. Oh, and we got hit by that undead hunter charm, so you can see that our Estus is kind of like grayed out. If we try to use it, it'll be like, nope. So, bummer. Up here is nothing. I'm not really sure what the point of this platform is. There's no items or anything. And if you tried to like plunge attack from up there, you'd probably die from fall damage. So, not really sure what that's about. Okay, another Grave Warden up here with no Estus. We want to be careful. Okay, the effect's gone now. Ouch. We just barely didn't have enough stamina. I want to kill her before the other one gets in here. No, 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 no. Alright, there we go. That should be enough. Okay. Whew. Alright. Okay, we're now getting close to actually getting inside of the cathedral. That is scary. Oh, alright. Okay, that door we are going to be able to open. We're going to go there in just a second, but there's some enemies over here we can take care of. Be careful, there's a big dude hiding around the corner. He thinks we don't know he's there. These guys are all gonna light themselves on fire. Let's let them run and die. I was hoping we could stance break him first. Come on, die! That was maybe a little greedy, but it paid off. Alright, now we are actually entering the cathedral itself. Alright, so right here gives you a good view of the cathedral as a whole. There's a giant right here that is going to try to attack you a little bit later. Right here, he just kind of sits there. So come over here to the left. You can fight that little slug thing if you want, but they have resistance to most damages, but are weak to fire. So if you have like black fire bombs or something, and you can totally use those to try to take them out a little bit easier. Alright, here we got some Deacons. A little preview of what the boss of this area is going to be. It's just a bunch of these Deacons all together. Alright, now here we can go to the right to advance further in the level. We can also go down there. Oh, looks like we had a drop. Deep gem, nice. Down here is one of those cleric ladies. So we'll come down here and take care of her, grab an item. Try to, oh, no sneaking up. And another deep gem. Nice, we got an Estus back. Beautiful. Okay. Now we're allowed to, again, go that... Oh, sick. I forgot he was there. Yeah, so watch out for those guys hanging from the ceiling, because they'll do exactly what just happened to me. And, oh, very cool. Can't get past them. Let's get some fire bombs out. Good, we do have some black ones. Nice, one shot. Alright, now that, like I said, that's further into the level, but we're actually come back here for a shortcut back to the Cleansing Chapel bonfire. And here we go. Alright, I'm gonna go level up real quick.
Welcome. Very well. Then take.
Okay, let's keep going for some health. We can also give Andre those 2 Estus Shards that we've got. Oh, we had 3. Man. Beautiful. Okay. We're gonna have a bunch of Estus flasks now. Looks like Grey Rat is back from his pillaging.
Oh, hello.
So now you can see he has a wider inventory. So, very cool. Shield. Okay, yeah.
Goodbye.
Right, then we've got an undead bone shard as well that we can burn here. Look at that, 9 flasks. Beautiful. Pretty sure we only have one of these, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and head back. Alright, we're going to do that elevator trick that I was talking about earlier in one of these parts, just in case we do have to come back that way. Alright, so this giant, you can fight him if you want to. Not really worth it in my opinion. Then you can just run over here and you're good. Okay, down here is a mimic. So don't be fooled by this chest. Again, you can tell by the chain pointing towards you. Go ahead and take him out. You get the Deep Braille Divine Tome. Oh, I forgot to show you where Arena is, but I can go back. Next time we're at Firelink, I'll show that. Okay, now we can go down there, but we're not going to do that quite yet, because back up here is a little pathway that we can take with a ladder up here that has those hollows that were shooting at us and one of those cleric ladies. I should probably learn what that enemy name is so I can actually introduce them properly. Man, that hitbox is so dumb. Oh, thought that was going to be a backstab. Alright, then there's those hollows over here. One of them must have fallen down. And we can grab this ember. Alright, back down the ladder we go. Now, over here is going to be, there's a thrall right here sitting on this ledge. And we can actually kill him right there. There's also one hanging from the ceiling. Ouch. And then over here, don't be fooled by this item. There is a slug thing waiting to drop on you. Come on. There you go. Now that hitbox lasts a while, so don't go in right when it hits the ground, because sometimes you can still get grabbed by it. And then I believe... I don't think there's any other thralls. Just want to double check before I go down. Okay. So now up here is going to be a Cathedral Knight. These guys do big damage and have a ton of poise. Oh, there is a thrall. Where are you? Oh, what the... How did you get in there? Alright, this one is a mace and great shield version. While he's buffing, we can get a couple of hits in. These guys, you can't just like kick their shield away. They've got a little bit too much, like I said, poise for that. But you can get around to backstab them. Alright, in here is an item, but if you look up to the ceiling, alright, you're able to see him right away. Okay, there's an enemy, like once you pick up the item that drops down, that he's kind of a pain in the butt to fight. So, oh, there he is. He drops down before you even get the item. Really freaky looking. That cloud he spreads can curse you, so it's best that you try to avoid that as much as possible. We'll do some range here and try to take him out. I don't really like fighting these things close up. Perfect. And then we'll finish him off with some normal ones. Beautiful. And he drops a ring. So if you're trying to get all rings, trying to get that achievement, you are required to kill that one. We only see one other one of those in the entire game. They don't respawn, so if you want to take the time to kill them and not have to worry about them anymore, by all means, go for it. Okay, now we are in the main room of the cathedral. We're going to get invaded here by Kirk, who has got some cool armor that we'll be able to get at some point that is thorny, and whenever you like roll into enemies it does damage, and it also staggers them, so pretty cool. He's not too difficult of an invader to fight. He's not like Hodrick level anyway. And there you go. Nice and easy. Alright, we're going to come over here and unlock a shortcut back to the Cleansing Chapel bonfire again. This is the other door that you can see in that room. There's also an item down there that we can grab. We're not going to get that quite yet, though. And there you go, shortcut unlocked. Come back this way. We're still not going to drop down there quite yet. And we're going to finish getting some things on this ground floor. There's another Cathedral Knight over there. Now these levers, what they'll do is raise these, like, walls, quote unquote. I guess they're not technically walls because they got holes in them, but yeah, that's what those levers do. And there's more on the top floor that allow you to do the same thing. Okay, this area is, you are slowed when you go through it. If you have a dagger, you can do the weapon art of the dagger to kind of dash through. In fact, maybe we'll do that real quick. And this lets you kind of get through a little bit easier. Watch out for this giant, though. Ow. Okay, you can open these doors. These giants aren't really worth, in my opinion anyway, the time to kill. They got a ton of HP. And especially when you're in like those slow areas, they can just kind of be a pain. But if you want to kill them, go for it. Boom, Saint Bident. And another item over here. Homeward Bones, very nice. Alright. Okay, and then just a couple of items to grab out here. Out of FP soon. Oh, we can still do it. Cool. Wasn't sure if it would let us do it without FP. Ouch. Oh, I'm fat rolling. Shoot. I guess that's a little bit too much. Should probably start leveling some vitality. Alright, well that is it for this ground floor area. We are able to go over there, but I don't want to do that quite yet. There's some other things that we can do. Okay. Ouch. Ouch. Any drop? I really like their armor, so sometimes I like to wait around and see if I can get it. Alright, and I believe this is the last item over here. Perfect. Alright, now we'll come around to this drop down area. Let's see if we can get a plunging attack on this thing. Oh. Alright, so this is what I was talking about before. The leeches, you'll see that bleed status just start to build up naturally. So let's equip a torch to our left hand real quick. And boom, gone. So that easy. That's why I always recommend buying a torch early on. We got the poison bite ring for some poison resistance. And then this takes us to another area. We got a ravenous crystal lizard here that we can take out. Boom. That should give us a Titanite scale. Okay. There's a normal crystal lizard here. I believe it's twinkling. Yep. Alright, one more item up here we can grab. Estus Shard. Okay, now we'll go around to this building. There's gonna be more of those leech spreading enemies down here. Also another crystal lizard. I forget how much poise they have. Alright, that takes care of all those. Okay, so that dropped down very early. When you first leave the cleansing chapel, that's what right here is. And again, it's kind of a dead end because there's not really anywhere you can go to progress through the rest of the level. But the ladder that we kicked down earlier, where that shield is right here. So that does have a shortcut for early on in the level, but at this point it is completely irrelevant. But now we can come up here, and that item that's overhanging the ledge in the cleansing chapel is right here. Okay, we've got a ton of souls, so we're going to go and level up a little bit now. Alright, now going back out this door, we're not going to go back exactly to where we were because we're instead going to open this door. That has an elevator that will take us up to the top of the chapel of the cathedral. We're of course going to send this back down. This is the crossbow guy who shoots you pretty early on. So nice to get some revenge there. Alright, and then where am I going? Okay, yeah, go out here around to the corner. There's a ladder that we can take up to go even higher. There's gonna be a deacon up here that when we kill is gonna drop the deep ring, I believe. Yep, there we go. And that helps with some kind of spell casting. Yeah, allows attunement of additional spells, so. Very cool for any spell builds. Alright, so this is the spot from earlier where you see those thralls hanging off the edge. We're going to go over here to the left side real quick. There's a great axe hollow waiting for us. Try to get this guy as well. Maybe? Hello? Hitbox? Go. Okay. Now we're able to go down over here. There's a thrall there, but there's one that... Yeah, it comes up from behind us. Okay, no, there's one hiding out over here. Although I think this is pointless because there's no item. Yeah. Alright, and yet another area for some thralls to come ambush us. Hello? You gonna come down? And we get an arbalist. Another pale tongue. We'll be meeting the covenant that uses those here in just a second. I don't know why I always think that's an illusory wall. Okay, so there are a couple of these things open that allow us to walk through. Oh, goodbye. He's dead. There's some thralls hanging out, and then over there is a greatsword cathedral knight. Nice and easy. Grab this blessed gem. No drop. Okay. Now we gotta go over here to the left. What? I just saw you fall. What is this shenanigans? Be very careful dodging up here. It's really easy to fall down. And then you'll see there's a couple other cathedral knights over there. That's the area we need to get to. I usually end up just avoiding these guys because, man, one hit from them can easily send you flying down and, you know, to your death. So dodge past him, and then you just want to drop down right here. Did I make it? No, I didn't. That's embarrassing. Oh boy. Welp. That was dumb. Alright, so we'll just need to get back there. And that's why we do the elevator trick. So, always do that. Alright, we now made it back to where we were. We're not going to fall off the edge this time. Come more over this way. There we go. That gives us plenty of room. Ouch! Drop down one more time right here. Alrighty. In here are a bunch of slugs that are going to fall down. There's a casting one as well. Alright, then we're going to pull this lever to get this bridge wall, whatever you want to call it, up. And while that's going, we're going to come over here. We're going to meet Rosaria after killing all these slugs first. Rosaria is the source of the Pale Tongues Covenant. The actual name of the covenant is Rosaria's Fingers, but those are what you need to turn in to rank up. She also, if you've played Elden Ring, you're familiar with Renala and her ability to let you like reallocate your stats. Rosaria is also the source for that. You can do the same thing with her. So that worm over there, slug, or whatever you want to call it, drops a red sign soapstone. That is what allows you to drop your summon sign down to be able to invade other worlds. So, again, if you're into PvP, that's an item to be aware of. Alright, we got a bonfire here that we can easily teleport to if we need to reallocate our stats in the future or, you know, rank up in this covenant. And there is Kirk's armor that I was talking about earlier. And then we can ask to join this covenant. And boom, Rosaria's Fingers. And you can also alter your appearance, so any cosmetic and stat changes you want to do, this is the place you got to go. Alright, now we're going to cross over this bridge. Pick up the dual charm. And now we're able to open these giant doors. Although at this point, I don't even understand why. I guess this is somewhat of a shortcut that you can take to get back to the boss. It may be quicker than going over to Rosaria's and then coming down. But that's a big maybe. Alright, now we are going to use a homeward bone real quick to go back to the bonfire that we last rested at. Because there's a little NPC interaction that we need to do. We're going to go back to the cleansing chapel. And now we can hear Siegward calling from the bottom of the well. So we can talk to him. He's going to tell us that somebody stole his armor. Well, that's awfully weird. He asks if we've seen it, and at this point we can only say no because we haven't. But now we're going to go back to Rosaria's bonfire. Okay, so we're coming back to Firelink real quick. Now that we've spoken to Siegward, we're going to go back up to the top of the tower. You can meet patches in a couple of different ways. Since we already lit Rosaria's Bedchamber bonfire, we can no longer meet him in the Cathedral. If you haven't lit that bonfire and you cross that bridge that we were just at with the slugs, he'll be in Siegward's armor, like disguise, and he'll trick you to like go back over the bridge, and he'll lower you down, and just kind of laugh at you. But so if you didn't do that way, this is the other way of meeting him: is come to this tower, go all the way to the top. You can hear the door close behind you. That's what that noise was. And then we'll drop back down. You'll have some dialogue.
Be more careful.
And if we try to open, it says does not open from this side. So your only option is to try to drop down over to these little areas over here. Is pretty precarious, so you'll probably be like me and end up dying. There are a couple of items. There's the Ashen Estus ring right there. If you're able to get down, that increases the effect of your Estus flasks. And there is also the Firekeeper armor set that you can grab higher up there. After that, you can come over here and talk to him. You can choose to forgive him or not. If you forgive him, he becomes a merchant. And you can actually buy Siegward's armor off of him to then return to Siegward himself. So we're going to sell some items to him to be able to buy that armor. The alternative is you can just kill patches to get that armor. But then you're locking him out for the rest of the game, obviously, by doing that. Alright, then I never use these bug pellets. Repair powder's a waste too. Oh, we're so close. Oh shoot, I just bought rubbish from him. That was not what I meant to do. I wanted to sell. Welp, that's a bummer. Oh, I'm so smart. Okay. Oh boy, that was really dumb. Shoot. Alright, well, we're not gonna use Fort Soul for anything. So you need like 25 souls. There we go. Okay. Siegward's armor is purchased. Now we can go back to the cleansing chapel and give it to him. Wait, first I want to go get my souls back. And we'll see if we can get those items. Dude, how? How? How did I not land? Alright, there we go. So that backstab can... Oh. I didn't even get the chance to heal, bro. Come on. Well, there's a Firekeeper set. I still want to get that Ashen Estus ring, though. Let's see if we can survive long enough to at least heal before we fall again. Beautiful. There we go. Alright. Crazy how I got that on the first try. I'm so good. Estus ring. Boom. Okay. Now we can unlock the store. And there we are. Okay. Now to head back to Firelink. I mean, not Firelink, sorry. Back to the Cleansing Chapel bonfire. Alright, now we can throw Siegward his armor. And we get an emote. Alright. Now we can continue on, and we're soon going to be approaching the Deacons of the Deep boss. Try to grab these items without getting hit by the giant himself. Ouch. This is the Drang armor set that we're picking up here. Ouch. Or as I like to call the Jon Snow set. Ouch. Cool. That's all the items there, so now we can come up. Alright, in this area there's a couple of Cathedral Knights and some Deacons. That Cathedral Knight sitting in the bench doesn't aggro until you actually, like, hit him. Or at least get close to him. But now try to aggro this guy first, take care of him. Ouch. Alright, now we'll take care of this one. Alright, and then there's an elevator here that we can send up to the top. This creates a shortcut for us either through like the great doors or, you know, just coming over from Rosaria's Bedchamber bonfire. So makes it a little bit easier to get back to the boss if you die. Alright, if you are embered over here, there will be a couple of summon signs for Henri and Horus to summon for the fight itself. I'll show you. So one shows up here, there's Horus, and then Henri shows up here. So if you need some help for the fight, by all means, summon them. They're pretty good for this because this is just a, you know, gank squad kind of fight. It's just a bunch of standard enemies that you're trying to kill. So having some more people in here can definitely be a help. Alright, so the goal of this boss fight is you want to kill the Deacon that has that red kind of like aura around them. That will actually do damage to the health bar, the shared health bar between the boss. The rest of them don't really do anything in terms of that, but clearing some out is always a good idea just to make it so it's not so congested. But we're really going to be focusing on whoever has that red aura. Now, once we've done enough damage, oh, here we go. The Archdeacon will spawn with some blue guys around him. This is the main boss. This is who we're going to be attacking for the rest of the fight. He is going to do like one kind of crazy attack if we don't kill him beforehand. This is the one right here. This attack can go through walls, so it is kind of nasty. I really struggled with this boss on level 1. Oh, they're casting miracles to heal. No, sir. On level 1, this fight really sucked because of just that attack alone. But it looks like, oh, it didn't actually get cast. Interesting. Okay. Ouch. We're actually going to go one-handed here just to get some more enemies in our range. Ouch. And there we go. Pushover of a boss for sure. But that small doll, that's the required item that I was talking about earlier. That is what we need to be able to progress later in the game. So it's better that you just get it right now, as the Cathedral of the Deep isn't a very high level by any means. So definitely the route that I would recommend going here first before Farron. If you reload the area, you'll see there's actually the corpse of the Archdeacon where you can get his armor set. This big old coffin is where Aldrich was kept. We're going to be fighting him later in the game, but kind of creepy. But yeah, so that's it. That is the Cathedral of the Deep, all taken care of. We're now going to warp to Firelink real quick and level up, spend those souls.
Well, very then hey.
Alright, perfect.
Farewell, Ashen Nick.
And now we're going to travel to the Crucifixion Woods bonfire. And this is where we will end this episode. So from this point, we're going to be heading towards Farron, just straight over that way. Hopefully this was a good explanation of how everything works in the Cathedral of the Deep, and getting all those items and everything. Again, that quest line with Siegward and patches can look a little bit different depending on what you did. Plenty of guides out there to help you through those quest lines as well. But yeah, so next episode we'll be going to Farron and heading towards the Abyss Watchers, which is our first Embers of a Lord that we're going to be acquiring. So pretty exciting there. One of my favorite bosses from this game for sure, but definitely a test early in the game for anybody playing this game for the first time. But yeah, so thanks for joining me for part 5. We'll hopefully see you in part 6. As always, please like and subscribe if you can. Helps out a ton. But we will see you in part 6.